Hello everyone, my name is Cecil Katrawala and I am a student of Masters in Construction Engineering Management at CEPT University. As a part of studio work, Integrated Construction Practices, the studio focused on using integrated techniques to simulate improved collaboration and successful project delivery using a combination of tools and platforms. The objective was to comprehend the significance of incorporating BIM and Lean into construction projects. To further understand the studio's outcomes, we studied a high-rise residential project in Gandhinagar. The BIM was implemented for the project through the design phase along with the implementation of Lean tools to give the client a better understanding of the benefits of the BIM. The studio was concluded with takeaways from the benefits and challenges faced in implementing IPD at the site. The following topics are to be covered in the following portfolio. Firstly, starting with project introduction, then going on with lean practices, structural model authoring, quantity takeoffs, cost utility analysis, last planner system, 4D and 5D simulation, and finally concluding with inference. The project is a 33-story twin residential tower located in the Gandhinagar city of Gujarat. As it can be seen in the figure that the existing construction completed at the time of taking the project was still 5th floor of Tower 2. The scope of the project was taken from 4th floor till 8th floor of Tower 2. As a part of Project BIM implementation, the project teams were allocated various roles where I would be performing the role of structural consultant, contractor, and lean champion. The process standardization was done through BIM execution plan where each individual stakeholders were assigned responsibilities, BIM goals were defined, schedule was prepared, and file naming formats and structures were predefined among many. The purpose of Lean is to reduce the waste in the process. The Lean tools used by us in the design process is documented as shown. Here we use two Lean tools, that is Team Alignment Map and Kanban, for a similar set of activities where parallels were drawn. Firstly, in Team Alignment Map, two processes were followed, forward pass and backward pass. As a part of forward pass, joint objectives were created and their joint commitments, resources, and risks were assigned. This is followed by backward pass where the resource constraints, their risks are identified and assigned responsibilities. These joint objectives are then passed on to the Kanban board where the activities are taken as the workfront is available. A similar approach is observed in last planner system where the schedule is created and assigned, major constraints to those activities are identified and resolved before the scheduled date of activity. The model authoring for the design process starts with the structural model. The base of the model starts with setting up of grid lines and project base points for reference to other model authors to modeling LOD 300 and LOD 400 structural elements. Model integrity checks and interference checks such as clash detection are done in the process for model authenticity. A few of the challenges that are faced during the structural modeling are as follows. The PDF drawings provided from the client side included high amount of detailing with details of many structural elements given in a single drawings, which made the process of understanding the drawings more tedious. Secondly, the complex reinforcement detailing in the drawings led to delays during the modeling process. Coming to the inferences, one of the key inferences taken from the modeling process was that the modelings were created on GSC drawings, due to which not much clashes and model inaccuracies related to design issues were identified. After preparation of BIM model, the quantity takeoff was done to analyze the variances between 3D model and manual quantities. The concrete quantity takeoff was done for the 8th floor of Tower 2. Both manual and 3D quantity takeoffs were carried out and the reasons for variances were identified and documented. One of the many reasons for variances that can be seen in the figure is that the wall beam detailing was not given properly in the CAD drawings, thus the gap between wall and beam could not be modeled properly. The major variances occurred mainly due to error in manual quantity takeoff and modeling error occurred from lack of drawing detailing. After accounting for variance, the cost takeoff was carried out between manual and 3D takeoff and a variance of only 0.45% was observed. The entire process of quantity takeoff gave a greater realization towards the benefits of BIM. A ready BIM model gives quantity takeoff within few clicks, while it's a tedious process every time the quantity takeoff needs to be done manually. As a part of value engineering, cost utility analysis was carried out. The design problem was considered taking into mind the client's requirement for exploring different options within the vitrified tiles. Three different options, mainly polished glazed vitrified tiles, double charged vitrified tiles, and full body tiles, were scored based on different parameter requirements given by the client, architect, and the contractor team from site. The table shows the example of 2 of the 10 factors considered. Based on all the factors, the cumulative scoring for polished glazed vitrified tiles comes out to be the highest. Further, based on the quantity takeoff from BIM model, cost analysis was done in which the polished glazed vitrified tiles comes out to be the most economical option. This inference was presented on site, based on which they were convinced to go with the polished glazed vitrified tiles as the design option. The last planner system was implemented in the project duration to produce predictable and reliable workflow through the studio process. The LPS was implemented on the project schedule for a period of 14 weeks and on the construction schedule for a period of 4 weeks. Visiline was used as a software to track and monitor the percentage plan complete obtained from the prepared weekly schedule. As it can be seen in the average PPC design schedule, there is a sudden dip in the PPC in the week 3. This was observed because of sudden realization of scope of works under the structural consultant. The structural walls were being modeled as an architectural wall in the Revit model. This led to the whole week's work being shifted to subsequent weeks and delays in the subsequent weeks also. During the week 9 also, there is a sudden drop in the PPC to 43% because of the malfunction of the software of the structural consultant, due to which the planned scope of works for a 2D300 8th floor structural model was not achieved. As a part of studio pedagogy, individual stakeholder PPCs are also identified to monitor individual performance of a stakeholder and to optimize the individual processes to better the overall PPC. As it can be seen that the major reasons for variances identified for structural consultant comes out to be due to coordination error and software issues. Going into the root cause, it is identified that the coordination error in week 3 is occurred due to limited knowledge of use of Maven framework. This error leads to a cascading effect on the succeeding weeks, which also show a low PPC. On the right side, as it can be seen that the construction schedule was planned and tracked to document the progress on site. The first 2 weeks involved only tracking and the next 3 weeks involved planning and tracking. As it can be seen that there is a major dip in the PPC achieved during the week 12 due to Diwali. The client had taken steps to mitigate the constraints related to labor shortage, but the unavailability of concrete during the 3 days of Diwali was not mapped and led to a reduced PPC. 4D simulation involves integration of 3D model elements with the schedule. For 4D simulation, two softwares, namely Synchro and Navisworks, were used, out of which the use of Synchro is shown here. In Synchro, after integration of 3D model and schedule, rule setting and auto matching was done to create a 4D simulation. The delays were mapped during the process were also integrated in the simulation through textual representation. The main delays identified were delay due to change of framework system from conventional to Maven at street level, delay due to budget constraints, and delay due to delay in deciding for ports. 5D simulation involves the process of adding cost to the model and schedule. As a part of 5D simulation, direct and indirect costs were added and an earned value analysis was carried out. Earned value management or earned value project management is a project management technique for measuring project performance and progress in an objective manner. It could be inferred from the earned value analysis that the earned value is less than the actual cost of works at some places, indicating cost overrun. The key inferences derived from the whole process are as follows. First, information transfer. As the structural model is the base model, it becomes the centerpiece of information transfer for all other model elements. Thus, information transfer is more important for structural consultant. Coordination. Coordination was made easier through using different collaborative tools such as Plannerly, Visiline, BIM 360, which also helped in tracking the activities of other project stakeholders and help in giving real-time inputs. The cost utility analysis helped in detailed comparison of various design options of a design problem. It helped in easy decision making for the client to go with polished glazed vitrified tiles. The last planner system helped realize the importance of bottom-up approach and the integration of frontliners in the planning process to further improve the project performance. Lastly, a few key differences between the traditional and BIM approach were noted in terms of allocation of risk, work culture, and visualization. Thank you.